Welcome everybody to a Thursday night Triple B Experience special edition because I will not be doing it tomorrow night. But I figured we're going to do it tonight at 9:30, a little later than usual. I have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff that I want to put out there, a lot of stuff I want to talk about before next week. And since I'm not doing it tomorrow, I'm going to do it tonight. So everybody just stay tuned, hang out, hit like and subscribe, and we will get back to this show here momentarily. You're listening to the Triple B Experience. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of the Triple B Experience. This is the other show that I have here. Last night I did Pittsburgh Steelers on the Black and Gold Dynasty show. I had Kenny Meyer and I had special field correspondent Shane Stodmiller on that show. And then after that show, I went international. I went on Steelers Nation Australia. And myself and Shane with the host Mark, we had a great time last night. And there it is, Steelers Nation Australia. And we talked about a little bit of stuff afterwards. And Mark was looking to actually give me a helping hand, give me a little bit of insight on the YouTube algorithms and all that stuff. And what he told me last night, he's like, look, Bubba, you guys got a good thing going. But realistically, nobody knows what your show is. The Triple B Experience. Is it Steelers? Is it wrestling? Is it pulp culture? He's like, you're not getting the algorithms and you're not getting to where you need to be. So myself and Shane and Mark were talking, and I'm looking to do 2 channels. I know I got a lot on my plate this year. I really do. I understand that. But the thing is, I am going to fan to fan Steelers. Hey, Shane. That's right. That's right. So, and Shane, if you want to pop on, Shane, you're more than happy to pop on. I'll send you an invite if you'd like to come on and chit chat a little bit. But also too, I need to get the algorithms and keep the Steelers on one thing and the wrestling and pulp culture and interviews and pick shows on another. I think that'll be a great idea. And I'm thinking up with a new concept. We discussed it last night, to actually have different stuff on different channels, because the algorithms, you could get paid for this. I have not made a dime off of this, because the YouTube algorithms are not deciding what my show is. The Triple B Experience show. Is it a Steelers show? Is it a pulp culture or wrestling? Don't get me wrong. I love all that stuff. And I felt for a long, long time that I could put everything into one box. But Mark said, Bubba, you really can't, because Mark makes a living, or he gets paid to do a Steeler podcast in Australia. He just puts a lot of content out there. He records some stuff. And, thank you so much, Craig from Patton. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm looking to still have the Triple B Experience for the wrestling, pulp culture, interviews, top 10s. But I want to switch that over to having another show where I'm just talking Pittsburgh Steelers football. And that's what I wanted to talk about tonight, besides some other stuff. And Larry Stryker is in the house. Let it get it right here. The host of Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. They are on the road to WrestleMania on their podcast this week, part 1. If you haven't subscribed or listened, please do. Larry and JJ, and they were missing Reese on that one. I don't know where he was at, but if you like wrestling, you like to be entertained, subscribe to their channel. They're bringing good content. They're talking about. They're just 2-3 guys talking wrestling, having a good time. They're just ordinary individuals that just like to watch wrestling and like to have a good time. So subscribe to their channel, Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. Joe Betts, hey, how's it going? Benjamin, how you doing? Jeff Brooks, what's going on, sir? Timmy Palmer, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do my Steelers show will be called, and it will be called because in YouTube algorithms, the shorter the name, the better the algorithms. That's what Mark was telling me last night. So I'm gonna go and get some advice off a gentleman who actually makes money out of YouTube. I pay for the StreamYard. I pay for Spotify because I'm on audio, and I do Canva where I do the designs and stuff that you see on some of my stuff on my social media. So I'm going to talk about that. I haven't caught it yet, but I am going to talk about it. So Big Mike, thanks for tuning in. Bill Zach, thanks for tuning in. So I'm going to call the Steelers Dynasty Podcast. 3 words. Get in the algorithms. Because Mark from Australia said that I have a great show with Steeler content. When Shane comes on, me and Shane actually work well together, and we have the Mania Megacast and stuff. But you can't have everything all at once because YouTube has no idea what my show is. Is it wrestling? Is it Steelers? Now I'm going to split it in half. I'm still going to do the wrestling. Horsepower, how you doing this evening? I'm still going to do the wrestling. I'm going to talk about it. So let me talk a little bit of some independent wrestling. This past weekend, I went to Imagine Wrestling in a packed house. I sat back there with the Pro Wrestling Extreme guys, me and my wife, and we were probably like 10 minutes late, and gosh darn it. And I got to quit swearing too, because the algorithms ruin my stuff too. If I get 20,000 hits out of shows, I'm making some bank. And I would like to make some bank and try to be successful as everybody else on YouTube or TikTok or whatever they have to do. I mean, I'm right here, people. I believe I am. I got over 400 shows, 400 videos of I just see it happening. So I went up to Imagine Wrestling, and I missed the first match was the Rad Boys winning the tag team titles. Because as soon as I walked in, Mike looked at me and he goes, "You missed the Rad Boys," and I looked at him like I just lost my best friend, and it was like a sneeze. So they did the unexpected. I believe they super kicked them into submission and took the titles back. So congratulations to the Rad Boys, Braden Elliott and Jake Wiley, the hottest tag team going on the East Coast today. I've been saying it for years, and I'll keep saying it. I'm like I am a self promoter, and that's just the way it is. But the World Beater retained his title because Tito he did smack the ref. So Larry, I know he was on his other show, not his other show. He got a couple shows too, but on his show saying that the World Beater cheated, and the World Beater did not cheat. When his opponent smacks the referee and got disqualified, that's his own fault. He did not cheat, Larry. That is just how it is. The World Beater was, retained the title. Rochelle, thank you for tuning in. Let's see what I got here. I think the Rad Boys, I think it was probably 30 seconds. I'm guessing 30 seconds. So, actually, like I said, Imagine was celebrating their 5th anniversary show. Packed house. It was Enzo Amore. He was soft. Traveling Fools, thank you for tuning in. So, Chris Anderson, thanks for tuning in. So, let's get to what I'm going to put on here. Well, okay. Now, tomorrow night, that's why I am not doing a show tomorrow night. I am going to go to this show here. Pit Fight or Be Forgotten. I'm going down. I know it's hard to see, but it's down at the Greensburg Pit campus and all that stuff. If you can see, I should have exploded it a little bigger. It's on my Facebook. I think the show starts at 6:30. And hey, I've been going to all these wrestling shows. Hey, I'm going to these wrestling shows to look for talent. That's the facts, Jack. Chris said, yeah, Bad Bubba Brewer, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend, the future Hall of Famer. No, that wasn't last Friday. That's this Friday. I messed up. I did. I messed up. I thought it was last week, and I don't even know what some days are, and I totally messed up. So tomorrow night I got to go to work. I wasn't feeling good today because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a very good passenger in a vehicle. So I had to go for work. I had to be a passenger in a vehicle for work, and I felt like a goddamn sock in a dryer. So I just feel like my equilibrium's kind of off. I didn't go lift today. I'm so upset. I felt like I was going to throw up like a couple hours ago, and it's ridiculous. So I do not like to be a passenger. I feel like a little kid, like on a long ride, you know. Jeremy Booterball, thanks for tuning in. And also, next week there's some big independent shows next week. So look, guys, I know some people don't like wrestling and stuff like that, but you know what? I'm trying to be entertaining as I can be. And we talk about a whole bunch of stuff. You guys have any questions, concerns, comments, put them on Facebook, put them on YouTube, because like I said, this show, the Experience Show, is going to be more pulp culture, stories, all that kind of stuff, wrestling stuff, interviews, because I'm splitting it. I'm going to try to work tonight. I'm going to try to split the format and give myself 2 YouTube channels. And my Steelers show is not going to be the Black and Gold Dynasty, because I'm going to cut it down and I'm going to put Steelers in the title. And then when Steelers come up, people can just see Steelers. I'm going to put Steelers in the logo on all that stuff. So I'm changing everything up. Justin Donahue, thanks for tuning in. So in 30th, next Saturday night in Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania, the little people are in town. I called them little people. I don't want them beating me up, because they are vicious. They are at the Ballarimo Social Banquet Hall. You can drink. 1017 Reynolds Falls Creek, Reynoldsville, PA. It's about 40 minutes north of where I'm at right now. They got a midget match. I believe Chris Coleman will be on the show. The Rad Boys will be on the show. You can get your tickets. You can get JJ debuting. I maybe JJ is debuting. I don't know. But I remember the one time we had the little people up at K Arena, and that wrestler was biting everybody in the ass. He was hitting on every single female in the bar, and I had to put him in his place. And I'm like, look, guy, I go, you can't be biting people in the ass, and you can't be hitting on my wait staff. You just can't do it. And he finally agreed, because you ever seen a little person drunk? It ain't a good sign, man. He was loaded too. And then he's like, and they're pretty heavy when they're loaded. No offense. So that'll be next week in Reynoldsville. And also next week is 23 years of IWC celebrating their anniversary show. Next week, the front row is already sold out. I checked it out. Last show I was at, it was pretty much standing room only. If it wasn't for Reese's daughter coming over and grabbing me and setting me on the stands, and I was sitting right in front of Jeff Brooks, I wouldn't have got a seat. I'd have been standing for 3 hours. So this old man is not used to standing. But next week, I'm sure it's going to be a packed show because of this match right here. And this main event heavyweight title match is going to be something. Elijah Dean going and trying to win the IWC World Heavyweight Championship off of big-time Bill Collier. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is worth the price of admission alone. You'll have all the other stars from IWC, Spencer Slade, main event. You'll see them all, but the ringside is sold out already, and I think the ringside is like $35 a pop. So independent wrestling is getting ticket prices. The $10 days are over, people. I am terribly sorry. Wrestlers are not getting it for a hot dog and a Coke anymore. So let me see what I got here. If you're Chris Coleman, I've told you before, he might be the Sith Lord. He's a very powerful Sith Lord. Chris Coleman is I don't know if he has his pro strongman card, but Chris Coleman, the world beater, has been in many, many power competitions, powerlifting meets, strongman competitions. Him and Donnie Fulmer have trained, oh my God, months and years. And I think they have their pro card. And both of them could pick up a tractor trailer and move it like 50 feet. The cheat lord. Oh, Larry, when we have a Mania Megacast, it's going to be brutal because you and Chris are just going to have to, Justin said that match is going to be awesome. Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's going to be really, really good. But if you like independent wrestling, I always throw independent wrestling shows on this show. I'm probably the only one that does. Nobody else helps everybody else out, but I try to because you know why? Because I am getting back in the promoting business. I thought long and hard, and I asked my wife, and she said yes, and she's one of my biggest supporters. And I wanted to bring professional wrestling back to Indiana, Pennsylvania, and maybe the surrounding areas, Cambria County, Jefferson County, Armstrong County. I don't want to compete. You should have Chris Coleman at your show. Well, that's a good idea, Chris. I'm looking to I know who's going to be there. Ticket prices, I'm going to tell you guys right now, because it's at the S&T Bank Arena. It's not in Commodore, Pennsylvania at the community hall. It's not at nothing against the Blairsville Community Center, but this is something. If it's going to come back to Indiana, I definitely couldn't afford the Kowalczyk Center for $10,000. I look good, I act good, but I don't have that kind of money for that. And I don't think any independent promoter in this side of the state or anything of any state has 10 grand, unless they're a national company. And AEW hasn't been here. And the last was WWE at the Kowalczyk Center. And don't get me wrong, that's the big boys come in. I respect the big boys and all that stuff, but I'm taking an ST plunge. Look, I did some graphics. We're working on a website. I'm working on a website as we speak right now. Actually, my wife is working on the website as we speak right now, to get tickets on a website. I have the domain name of apwfwrestling.com. The apwf.com was already taken by the Japanese, and it was going to cost me $15,000 to rent it out. So that's not going to happen. So apwf.com, the Japanese can have it. But I did pick up apwfwrestling.com as a domain name. We're going to try to get a site so we can get tickets out. Chris says go big or go home for the first show. Yeah, it's a little. I'm not gonna deny anything, guys. Here, I'm as very open as I can be. Thanks, Chris, and I hope you come, man. I hope you come and support, the local independent wrestling in Indiana, because there's really not much to do in Indiana. There really isn't. And I didn't want any alcohol because I don't want any alcohol ruining a good time. Nothing against the K Arena days, but let's just put it this way: wrestling and alcohol doesn't. People get a little rowdy, and we do. Yes, we do. I do have a page on Facebook as we speak. I put some old pictures up. I have a couple administrators, and one of them is a very extreme individual. So, if anybody has some old APWF pictures, because look, guys, back in that time, we didn't have cell phones. I mean, if we did, it was flip phones, and we really couldn't do too much back then. Social media right now is super big. You could do a lot of social media, in the base of your house through your laptop or your phone, or do whatever. Back in the day, I was putting up posters on telephone poles, and Indiana Borough was going to find me $25 a pole back in the day. So, no, you're right, Chris. They don't mix. because it's not. And this show is going to be family-friendly entertainment on a Sunday, 3 p.m. bell time. We are going to have a meet and greet. One of the wrestlers, we'll have a meet and greet with him, probably an hour and a half before the show. So, once we announce that, we'll do the meet and greet, and you guys hopefully will like the meet and greet, and you'll like the roster that's going to be presented to you guys in Indiana. I mean, I'm very pumped up. Let's look at it this way. I'm getting the best talent that I possibly can. I've been out of it for a long, long time. I've had people that are great, great staff. And I always take everybody, I try to take everybody's opinion. And I always think outside the box. This is a team-oriented concept. This is not about me. It's never been about me, and it won't be about me. It is about, a company at the time when it was prime was one of the best companies in this area. That is true. Now, I think a lot of people forgot how maybe popular the APWF was. I want to instill that again. I want to let me get one show, and one show, big show, and go from there. We'll have I think 7 to 8 matches, I believe, and that's about all I know right now. The posters are going to get probably ready next week. Like I said, the tickets are going to be. This is the ticket prices that we're going to have. Okay, we're going to have 2 rows around ringside, 2 front rows. Tickets are going to be $25. I mean, I wish I could help a little more, but I mean, it's just that's what they're going for everywhere else, and I just have to do it. And we are going to have floor seats after that, $20. We are going to have bleacher seats, the bleachers up there at the on the turf side of the S&T Bank Arena. Those will be $15 general admission. So I have 3 tiers. I wish it was the the economy was it wasn't $10 for a gallon of milk. Because I would do $10 and $12. But wrestlers now are not doing this for a hamburger and a handshake. It's not happening. And I understand that too. And the way the economy is, you got to always look for the best bang for your buck. But the best bang for your buck, there's nothing to do in India. Sunday, there's no Thunder in the Valley, like Larry said, in Johnstown. Hopefully we get a whole bunch of Johnstown people coming up. I get a whole bunch of Indiana people coming in. I get some Jefferson County, some Punxsutawney people, some people that used to like it, that just want to, recapture what it was many years ago. Now, let me talk a little bit here. This company, I was at the K Arena with Abyss and Blue Mini. Oh, right. Brian Lamort, how you doing, brother? Hopefully Tampa's great. I'm going to have a Steeler podcast, Morty, Wednesdays. I'm switching the name, just strictly 2 channels. One will be the all football. You'll like that one. You'll definitely like that one. This is going to be where I talk about pop culture and wrestling and tell stories that are off the beaten path. But look, in 1998, I have the first card on my wall here. It was Theodore Payne versus Axel Rotten and Balls Mahoney, and Balls didn't show up because Balls wasn't on the show. The first APWF champion, I don't know if you guys remember or know, the first APWF champion was the Sheikh Abdul Hassan. And then Axel Rotten come out and took the title off of him. I was in a 4-way match. The best thing I did was hip toss, and the Sheik coming through powdered in my eyes. But I will tell you this, I sold 300 tickets that day, and the Punxsutawney Community Center was packed. And I was the only local guy on that show because we had guys from Maryland, Championship Wrestling, and then we had guys from Cleveland. One of them that I trained with was Fang, an APWF alumni. That was also his first time there. That's right, Cheeky baby. Yeah, and Brooks is right. Then the ring broke because Axel Rotten called all the fans in, and the ring broke, and Lash was having a coronary. So, and I remember that Axel Rotten was pissed because they were chanting my name to come out at the end to challenge the Sheik. But realistically, Axel Rotten was the man, national, worked for a national company at that time. I feel the ECW was a national company at that time. So I didn't go out. But yeah, I don't think he liked that. But hey, he showed up he did one show. Yeah, because we had Brian Ireland. We had a 4-corner dance of destruction. And it was Brian Ireland and Shane Shamrock and Elvis Elliott versus the Juggernaut. So, and we had Nasty Nick Crane. That was on the first show. So, and I wrestled in a four corner match. The late great Bruiser from Maryland Championship Wrestling was also on that card in a 4-way match with yours truly. So he passed away, I think last year from cancer, and yeah, he was a total concrete block for that organization down in Maryland Championship Wrestling. And Maryland Championship Wrestling throws on good shows and they have great talent. So, maybe eventually, in the world, I can contact Danny Corporal Punishment there and maybe get some, get some people to come and do something here at the APWF. I'm very honored. Like I said, everybody with the positive stuff. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of tweets, a lot of stuff. Well, I do have the King Kong Bundy match, and I want to say this. I do have a lot of the old shows on DVD, but I believe due to copyrights, you got to change up the music because at that time the ring entrances and stuff. That's how we filmed it and stuff like that. But I do have it. I want to put them on the Triple B Experience show YouTube channel to just put it out there for the fans. I'm not charging nothing because it's old and people want to. It's nostalgic, and I just want to get it out there. So if anybody knows how to take it from DVD and edit it and put it on my YouTube channel, please get a hold of me because I'm tech savvy, but not that tech savvy enough to edit and cut and slice and dice and put stuff in there to make it look good. I have a whole bunch of tape. I don't have tape. I have DVDs, and I'll be more than happy to put it out there for everybody to look. I swear to God, on this channel. And I'm also looking probably for maybe a video crew, maybe to have this stuff videotaped. Hopefully somebody, I tried, they can't do it. So if anybody knows of any videographers that do wrestling shows, send them my way. I hopefully they can help me out, and or I'm going to go to IUP. I'm thinking IUP, maybe communication interns, maybe can actually film an event like that, because it's not like we have a wrestling a sports event like this, all the time. It gives them experience, but I'm probably going to have to. We're not going to be selling any. I'm not going to be doing any DVDs. But if we get the show on, that's fine. Maybe later on in life, maybe we can work something out. But right now it's just, I got the license. I'm ready to rock and roll. I have some other stuff. We're looking at like a ring entrance. My lovely wife is really gun ho, and the ring entrance I hope can be killer. And we're gonna have gimmicks. People can actually sell their stuff. The wrestlers always can. And we have something too. Like I'm trying now of people in Indiana County or people that know me or people on my Facebook, if they want to support, because a percentage of the ticket sales is going for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive of Indiana County. So a percentage. I don't know what percentage based on the gate. You know what I mean? I can give a percentage back to Teddy Bear Fund Drive. Hopefully the entrance is fire. I mean, the way we're thinking, Lair, hopefully it works. But we're going to give a percentage to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, and hopefully the community will rally around us and me. I am not wrestling. Like I said, it's not about me. It's about the company and bringing professional wrestling, independent professional wrestling, back to Indiana, Pennsylvania, because they haven't had it in such a long time, and they haven't had this company, the APWF. The APWF. They haven't had this company. One of my many logos right here. I did this myself. I could do a little better, I know, and I'm working on it. but they haven't had that company, this company, my company, the people's company. They haven't had it in a while. So I want to make an impact. I want to be noticed. My staff has been doing great, and they should get the kudos too for doing the best they can. And don't get me wrong, people. If people that have, there's probably some people that I know that probably wanted to come aboard, and they can talk to me or help me out and do whatever. I'm all about ideas. But I just want to put it out there right now. I've had people, God bless them, but I had people, they have to be trained to become that, get on my show. Look, I understand that, and your goal and your dream is to become a professional wrestler. Okay. But also too, my goal and my dream is to be successful. And I got people paying to see the product in front of them. I want a good product. Nothing against anybody else, but I can't take people that just want to come out off this. I can't do that. I just can't. That ain't working. T-shirts, hit me up for your size. For me or just people in general, Shane? So T Ranchula is in the house, the legendary T Ranchula. And T is also working on a training school in the Pittsburgh area. He will have more details, and when he does, I will share all the information. So if anybody wants to train to become a professional wrestler, you will go to the Tarantula's School of Hard Knocks, and you'll be trained by the legendary Tarantula himself. So once T gets that up, I will put it out there because I'm about helping everybody out, man. I try to be an ambassador of goodwill. I think this show here is going to be a melting pot of people from all walks of federations that are the best of the best, and these are the people that I truly wanted on this show. And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. We have a little sprinkle of APWF people, the people that actually did work for the APWF, a little sprinkle on that Super Sunday coming up June 23rd, bell time at 3 p.m. Jake Wiley's in the house. Congratulations, Jake and the Rad Boys, for the quickest victory I've ever goddamn seen in my life, because I missed it because I was in traffic and I left my house late. And I saw the video, and but congratulations to the 4-time Imagine Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Rad Boys, the hottest and I believe one of the most successful tag teams on the East Coast today, because everywhere they go, they win titles. And that's what it's all about in wrestling. See, this show today has just been wrestling. Because I can do whatever I want to do on my shows because it's my show. T needs to be in the Hall of Fame as well. T has been in many Hall of Fames. And T probably broke down some Hall of Fames. T still, I seen T kicking ass at KSWA fighting Johnny Norris because Johnny Norris took his colors, and it was game over, ladies and gentlemen. So, T is still going strong at the tender age of 26. He's going strong. I can't do what T's doing now. That's why I commend him for doing that. I cannot do it. Well, thank you. Like I said, this is a big adventure for me. They soft. I don't know. I don't think anybody's soft, Lair. Yeah, like I said, this is a big adventure for me. I would not have done this without the love and courage of my other half, who, like I said, right now is trying to do a website and trying to do tickets. So we got to do tickets online because that's the wave of the future. And we want to do it as best we can. The IWCs, the Rise Wrestling, the Imagine Wrestling, the KSWAs, the RWAs, Eclipse, the PWXs. Oh my God, who else have I forgot? That's a lot of companies. An hour and a half from my house. And now you throw the APWF, you drop them down, parachute them down into the independent wrestling scene. and this big, huge show that I got going on. I mean, I'm telling you, it's every day. Every day it's something. Every day. Every day. So, hey, I appreciate you guys letting me ramble a little bit, trying to explain some stuff a little bit more. Once we get a lot more stuff out, I'll be more than happy to tell you. I will tell you who's on the shows. And before I get off of the wrestling subject, just talk a little pulp culture here. I'm going to do something before bell time for any APWF alumni that are at the show. They will get their recognition from me and from the people from doing what you did way back when, because I know it didn't end right and people probably didn't get the recognition that they deserved. So they will actually, I will do, I will acknowledge them, and we'll give them, so we'll clap for them and salute them, and then we're gonna get this show started at 3:00. So, yeah, it's a hard job to keep up. Yeah, I know it's terrible, but also too, and I'm gonna do these podcasts too. So this is a promotion vehicle here. Like I said before, a couple minutes ago, my buddy Mark from Australia has got me probably on the right path to actually switch the podcast up to keep this pulp culture and wrestling, and then take the Steelers stuff and to do another channel where I can try to get it monetized, because he says I have a good thing going. And I do believe I do at the Steelers, and bringing more extra content and just keeping people visual for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the greatest sports organization in the world. And then I could do some wrestling and pulp culture on this side. So, guys, thank you so much. Hit the like and subscribe for my experience channel on Facebook. The APWF Facebook page is up. I got this video, this YouTube channel hooked to that. And we also got Pro Wrestling Extreme podcast hooked to that also. I believe we did it tonight. So we got we are getting, that's going to be on the website, because yeah, yeah, this is tough, man. It ain't easy anymore. It ain't Staples and putting them on posters on poles. So, but I'll have the posters out here very, very soon. The lineup will be presented to everybody, and we are going to try to pack the house. Like I said, 2 rows, front row, 2 rows of that. Everything else is on the floor, and then the grandstands, the bleacher seats. Big Bubba White is going on to KSW Hall of Fame. Yes, that is correct. Their KSWA is doing a huge Hall of Fame that they do every year. When that show comes out, I will put out the flyer on the show. Brooks, I hope so. I really do. God bless you. Pure family friendly entertainment. So I appreciate all you wrestling fans for tuning in. I appreciate the legendary Tarantula for popping on tonight. And like I said, when T gets his school ready, we will promote it on all my social media. That's what I try to do. I try to help everybody out, because everything comes back full circle. And also, I want to congratulate the Marion Center girls basketball team. It's a shame tonight, but you know what? They lost by 2 points with 10 seconds to go in the state championship. But you know what? They had to compete against a school where they sign their kids. So Marion Center is a public school. They had to compete with a school that actually signs people to play, which is not fair, but life is not fair either. But, the girls from Indiana County in the second half was leading at one time. They were leading 34-28 at one time with about maybe 5. They were leading. They were winning until about 27 seconds till the end of the game. The girl didn't make the free throws from Marion Center to put them up by 2. And I think they got a turnover. I tried to watch the game. It didn't work. I listened to it on Cat Country of Indiana, 106 point something in Cat Country. But I want to give a shout out. I know Marion Center students aren't listening to my podcast, but being a former alumni, when a team goes for a state championship, it electrifies the whole community. The whole county was pulling for those girls to do something that's never been done that has never been done in Indiana County a high school winning a state championship. We've had some wrestlers win state championships, but never any type of teams in Indiana County winning championships. And I want to commend, like I said yesterday on my Steelers show, Coach Young for that inspirational, emotional. I know it was emotional. Mr. Young, God bless him, doing that speech to rallying the Marion Center alumni and the Marion Center students and everybody on a whole. So, I mean, hats off to him. And, he's one of a kind, and he's a legend in Indiana County. But I want to, congratulate the year that the Marion Center girls basketball team had. And hopefully next year they can complete it. But they almost shocked the world. So, but hats off to them. Hats off to them. So anyway, let's get on to a little bit of pulp culture here before I get out of here. I want to shout out to the show again, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Look, this was probably the best episode in the Walking Dead series in a long, long time. And if you haven't seen it, you need to see it because Michonne actually, the actress Michonne actually directed this episode. It was just her and Rick. That's all it was. And I don't want to be a spoiler, but it was probably one of the best episodes in my eyes that I've seen in a long time, except for the time that Merle got killed by the governor and all those seasons ago, and then Glenn and Abraham getting killed by Negan. I mean, those two episodes were traumatic enough as it is. But if you haven't watched, this Walking Dead TV show, you need to, because it's going to be those people from Alexandria against they're going to be oppressed. So they're going to be going against the government. You know what I mean? So they got 2 more episodes left. They might have somebody popping in, maybe Morgan. I don't know. They are going to encompass all these shows into one. This is the Walking Dead universe, like the MCU universe. But I just wanted to say, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. You need to watch it. I give it thumbs up because realistically, that is the only thing that I've actually watched. Is this. I have not caught anything else. I've caught a little bit of WWE stuff, but I have not watched and sat down and watched anything besides the Walking Dead new show. So I try. There's a lot of stuff I want to see, and I want to see this. I know it's an animated, but the X-Men 97 actually come out. People are raving about this. I have not seen it, but I will say this. The old show I used to watch all the time when I used to work at the Indiana Moose, and I used to put it on, and those guys would bitch at me because I was watching cartoons and pouring beers, And yes, you're absolutely right, Brooks. Now, I did see the preview for the Acolyte series for Star Wars. I don't know what to think of that because I hate Kathleen Kennedy. But I seen a preview, the trailer, the Yoda's in it. So I'm okay because it's not, I understand the Skywalkers is not going to be in it, but there is characters from the original series, and Yoda is in it. I did see the trailer with Yoda. And also today, the Beetlejuice trailer came out. I haven't seen that yet either. And I do like Michael Keaton because Michael Keaton is the best Batman. So I need to watch the X-Men 97. I need to watch Shogun. I haven't watched that yet. I haven't finished Reacher yet. It's hard. It's just tough, doing all this and trying to find some time. And you know what? It is what it is. That's why I don't go to the bars anymore, because the bars, I don't like them anymore because I'm too old and I don't want to deal with drama. I have enough drama doing podcasting. Chris, looking forward to the Bray Wyatt documentary. Yes. I believe on April 1st, and The Undertaker will be narrating that. That'll be good. That's a shame that what happened. I mean, that's just tragic. So now, before I get out of here, I stopped at the lovely comic book store because I do collect comic books. I have so many comic books that I haven't even read, and I have to put them away. I just haven't had time for that. If you see my studio right now, you would cringe of I have no space, and I'm a big, like a bull in a china shop here. But I'm a little upset with Marvel because, and maybe I'll rant a little bit. If you collect comic books like I do all my life, like they reboot stuff and then they charge like an astronomical. This comic book I bought today, the Web of Spider-Man, volume probably 4 or 5. Okay, great looking cover, but for $7.99. That's right. Let me repeat that. For $7.99. That is just a little bit crazy. And then I always buy 2. You read one and you put one away because that's number 1. Because the writer is Stephen Fox and Zeb Wells. The penciler is Ed McGuinness. Now Ed McGuinness is a good artist, and Greg Land. Now the cover artist is Greg Capello, who actually does Spawn. I'm okay with that. That cover was good, but the problem is they have so many variants of covers. I know, because I'm a comic book connoisseur, that every week there is like 500 different comic books coming out every fucking week. How can anybody afford anything is beyond me. I mean, but this Web of Spider-Man is going to be the biggest spider story, ever. It's just the tip of the iceberg, and it's going to be a whole bunch of characters, and bring it into the Spider-Verse, which I actually watched the cartoon. So I looking forward, and I'm a big Spider-Man fan too. I've been collecting Spider-Man for many, many years. Volume 1, I got. I do not have the first appearance of Punisher, but I do have the first appearance of the Black Cat, and I had the first appearance of Madam Web, but that movie sucks so bad the price probably dropped. Ralph Williams, how you doing tonight, Ralph? Ralph Williams, who has his own podcast, his own radio shows, and he has a ton of stuff. So let me see if I, he does a Steeler after show during Steeler season, and he does Beaver County Radio. He does the Eternal Bum podcast. Ralph's Opinion. He does a lot of stuff, so check him out. I usually share his stuff on social media, and he shares stuff away all the time. So Ralph Williams, if you want to, subscribe to all his shows or, contact him on Facebook, he'll get you to the right way. So, and I also have, I had some interviews. I also, the interviews that I have was, here, Dominic D'Angelo, the host of the, One of a Kind podcast with RVD, and his brother, Marcus D'Angelo, of the host of the Snake Pit with Jake the Snake Roberts, and Everybody Has a Pod. You guys can go back and check that out. And do some stuff and check out. I do a lot of interviews, and I try to do some interviews with people from all walks of life. Sometimes I get a lot of wrestling and stuff like that, but it is what it is. So I just let me see if I got this one here. Let me see. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I have a podcast out with a one-on-one interview with Stanley Carr, the host of Wrestling with Heart. I'm looking for that as we speak here before I get out of here. I miss, let me see here if I got it here. No, maybe I don't. I don't know. Yeah, this is it right here. Oh, hold on. This is the podcast thing right there. Special guest Stanley Carr. Now, this is on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Spotify podcast logo, where I have my shows on Spotify and all over audio, iTunes, and all that stuff. You know what? Just hit him up. My special guest was Stanley Carr, the host of Wrestling with the Heart, where he talks about wrestlers in professional wrestling that do community service and events and stuff like that, a more positive outlook in the pro wrestling genre. And I'm looking to get a couple more interviews here in April. And I just talked to Troy Fritz today, so I'm going to get Mr. Troy Fritz on for an interview. He's doing a lot of modeling stuff. He does the hobby modeling of tanks and stuff like that. He has a big show coming up in November. We'll talk about that, and we'll just shoot the shit with Troy here one of these days he'll be on the show, one-on-one interview here very, very soon. So I just want to say, everybody, before I get out of here, I want to give a shout out to all the people that are on my Mania Megacast that have podcasting shows. But first, I want to give a shout out to Bob's Pizza, one a proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience. And I want to give another shout out to Mark from Steelers Nation Australia. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do. He's helping me out with some many stuff about getting monetized. So hopefully I can make $1. It all adds up. And then Larry and the boys from Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. If you haven't subscribed to their show, please do. The king is in the house, JJ and Reese. They talk about professional wrestling and have a funny way of doing it, and they are very entertaining, and they have their own style, and they don't really care what people think about them. They just do what they want because it's their show. And, they help me out. I help them out. That's the way it goes. And also, Indiana's own Watkins Boxing. They, if you want to go in there and train, he's actually this weekend got a Gold Glover coming in. And Danny Donahue, thanks for tuning in. Now I got this. I'm going to change the format for this. I'm going to change the name. It is not going to be the Black and Gold. It's going to be the Steeler Dynasty Podcast. That will be the name. I'm going to change it here momentarily, or try to, for next week. I'm going to do another channel, and hopefully you guys follow along if you're Steeler fans, because I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to split I'm trying to get the algorithms and split it, because I do everything too much in one pot. I need to get another pot on the oven. So the other pot's going to be wrestling. And also my special field correspondent, Shane Stodmiller. He does the Big 12, and he talks to West Virginia football. He has his own podcast, and Shane comes on all the time. He was on last night. I appreciate Shane for being on when he can. I did give him a link tonight. I don't know if he saw it, but, things happen. He's busy too. And also the prodigal, the kid from up north who is a WWE connoisseur, Buckle to Buckle with Kal-El. Subscribe to him. Kal-El comes on the pick shows, the Mania Mega Cast. And also tonight, if you want to talk other NFL, part of the podcast family is the NFL Elite banner with the smartest man in Philly, Rich Smoke, and Freight Train. They just had a show today at 8 o'clock. You can go back and check it out. And also, look, it's coming June 23rd. And also, if anybody wants to sponsor, we start off at $25. By the grace of God, if someone would give a platinum, God bless America. We have 250s. And I want to tell you guys right now, we've had some people 250s and 100s. So look, I will treat you guys right. You guys will, get everything. And I'm trying to get sponsorship to actually, I get sponsorship actually to help out for the shows, because, running professional wrestling it's not cheap. I have never made a dime in this business. I spent more money than I have. But I just want to bring entertainment to Indiana County, like I said before. And I'm going to do it June 23rd, bell time at 3 p.m., the APWF. And we actually have a name for the show, too. And I'm not going to say it yet. I'm going to save it. So let me see what here we go. Oh, Craig says some of the voice actors. Yes, you're absolutely right. Most of the voice actors are the same. I need to check it out. And I did like the X-Men cartoon, because the X-Men cartoon actually got the Dark Phoenix saga right. They failed at 2 attempts when X-Men did it. When they did it when X-Men 2, and then they redid it in that last shitty X-Men that was terrible. It just didn't work out right. So, but like I said, before I get out of here, I wanted to give a shout out. One more shout out to a proud sponsor in Clymer, Pennsylvania. It is Alley Cat Beverage, proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience. If you live in Indiana County, go out to Clymer and tell Amanda and Eric that Bubba sent you. That's where I get my beverages and my sarsaparillas. So here we go. Proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience.
There's a new cat in town, formerly known as Clymer Beverage. The newly remodeled Alley Cat Beverage is located in the heart of Clymer. still carrying all of your traditional beverages, Alley Cat Beverage also offers all of the newest flavors, brands, and novelties, including slushies and popsicles. From the gridiron to the back porch swing, Alley Cat has your favorite beverage in stock and ready for any occasion. Stop in and see the new cat in town. Back the alley where all the cool cats go.
Alley Cat.
That's right. Alley Cat Beverage in Clymer, Pennsylvania. Get your sarsaparillas, get your cases, get your kegs, get your fruity drinks and that ice machine, whatever it takes. Go down and see Amanda and Booterball and tell them Bubba sent you. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I did a special Thursday night edition of the Triple B Experience because tomorrow night I'm going to go to a show in Greensburg and check it out and watch some wrestling. And then I got to work all weekend as I always do, and hopefully be able to hit the gym sometime. But I couldn't do it today because I'm telling you, I felt like a sock in a dryer. I am not a good passenger. I am not. If I felt like I got hit by a 2x4. But hey, everybody, please hit like and subscribe. Now, when I get this other YouTube channel for the Steelers, all you Steeler fans, all you Steeler Nation, subscribe to that because I will get some content out. We'll bring guests on. And like last night, we had Kenny Meyer and Shane Stodmiller. And I'll get people on. And if Shane wants to come on and help me out all the time, he can. And we're going to do it if we need to. And Shane can come on anytime. So, hey, everybody, please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody for tuning in as always. I appreciate the support with the podcasts. I appreciate the support with everybody doing now I'm doing a wrestling show, and it's been a good vibe, and I like that. Positive vibes have positive results. But also too, if anybody wants to be a sponsor for the APWF show in June, get a hold of me. I got a package. Hey, $25 is $25. It all adds up, and I appreciate it. And we're looking to put on a good show in Indiana, and we're looking to rock the house. So everybody have a great night and a better tomorrow. I will see you next week. Be safe. Subscribe to the Triple B Experience and have a good one. Peace out.